Hi, everybody. I'm going through here. I'm tagging, just so you know, all of you who posted your homework, did it live, because I got something special for you. We're going to wait a few minutes until people pop in. Hello, hello, hello. If you're live, please say hello, comment below. I'm just making sure all the things are working. And actually, I was over there. Oh, hi, Miranda. Good morning. I was over there tagging you. If you have me coming in and saying tag in your comment area, you are going to be one of the prize winners today. So, rewards for people who do the freaking work and not do the work. So we'll wait just a couple minutes because I know that I'm going to post this to the top of our group so that everybody can easily find this, because I know there's a lot going on. It's super cool and exciting. And where is the video? Sorry, let me pop in. So for those of you who are popping on, thank you so much. I'd love for you to go ahead and comment in the comments area, like, what's some of your, and I've seen what you've been doing. So don't think I'm not reading it. I just haven't necessarily gotten a chance to get back to every single one. I want to know what has been, let me post here. We are live. What has been one of your biggest ahas in just a day? Because I know sometimes these trainings, they just can like totally blow your mind, right? They can help you really feel like, oh my gosh, I'm getting such clarity. I'm getting so exciting. And some people are like, wow, that's a lot, right? That's a lot. So did it feel like just the right amount for you? Did it feel like it was too much for you? Did it feel like, hi, Rachel, hi, Patricia, Harriet, and Miranda. If you're here coming in, say hello. All right, there, it's pinned to the top. Great. All right, there we go. Did it feel like a lot to you? Did it feel like too much? What were some of your biggest ahas? What were some of your biggest ahas? Come here, Ollie. Here's my dog. Frequently, he pops into my lap. Hi, Joya. Nice to see you. What was one big aha that you allowed yourself to experience? Right? Allowed yourself to experience, because frequently people will not allow themselves to really go for it, not allow themselves to fully embody and entrench themselves. And I know a lot of you are going to be watching the replays and all of that. Sometimes what happens is it feels like a lot. Feels like a lot. So who felt like it was what you needed? Thank you. And give me love and hearts and all the things. That tells me and Facebook, oh my God, I love you, Mary. And that it's worthwhile for you, right? It's that it's a enjoyable experience for you. If you see the StreamYard link, can you click that? Also, then I get to see your name when I'm inside the StreamYard studio. So what StreamYard is, it allows us to come in, put these little posts on here, like you can see day 2, build your program, all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to honor your time. We're all set up and official. I want to remind all of you. You had homework to do and a couple types of homework. So let me review. Number 1 is the very first thing I asked you to do, just right for me. Thank you, Julia. Hi, Kat. Nice to see you. Hi, Carolina. Nice to see you. I believe I said that correctly. And I see Chai. Is it Chai? Tell me how to pronounce it correctly. We have people from everywhere. I know we have people all over the globe coming in. I'm in Oregon. So here's the deal. So one of your very first assignments, and this is a workshop challenge. So it's a workshop and you're challenged, meaning like it's a process. And I have thank you. I have deliberately set it up so that each day stacks on the next. So whether you're live, thank you for being live. If you're watching the replay, you can't miss a day. They all build on one another. You miss a day, you're going to be missing a gaping hole in the whole foundation of your entire business, or the evolution or the restructuring. Because some of you here already have an offer, and we're going to talk about that today. Some of you here are starting out. Some of you here want to add a new offer, even though you have other offers. Some of you have businesses that you've been running and you're kind of bored with it. You're tired of it. It's exhausting. You're trading dollars for hours. So you want something that gives you a leveraged business. That's what we're going to be talking about today. How to build a program that allows you to leverage your time and maximize your income. Who wants that? Let's see all the love, all the love. Right, Carolina, I remember when we spoke, and I made a real conscious note of your name. Because I'm looking forward to working together, right? I always want to honor, right? Mary Simple. My middle name's Elise, but here we go. So everything stacks on each other, okay? So to the point about homework, your very first homework assignment was sending me an email with what your intention is to participate in this event. And some of you are brand new to me. So you're like, shit, I don't know, Mary, why I would participate. I don't even know you. I just saw you on a Facebook ad. Hello, I'm Mary McNeil. I am a former clinical social, well, actually, I'm still a clinical social worker. I still have my clinical license, but I'm a former psychotherapist, and I've had my online business for nearly 8 years. So I am like solid and established, even though it feels like so many people with COVID, of course, we're all sitting on our butts on the computer. I've spoken all across the country. I've had clients that are 8-figure business owners and people that are just starting out, and everything in between. My zone of excellence and my zone of genius, what makes me the most excited and happy, is when a client comes to me with a problem. And there's so many options for them. And my zone is finding the needle in the haystack, finding the quickest path to the goal, finding the clearest, simplest path to what your outcome desire is. I'm brilliant at this. I claim it. I claim it. I know some of you here have worked with me before, or you've heard me coach before. Hi, Susan. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Laura. Is it Laura or Lara? I'm making sure I'm pronouncing everybody's names correctly today. I'm going to go through these comments in just a second too. So this is my zone. So if you have questions every day based on your homework, I want you to show up. I want you to post it in the homework thread, post your homework and your questions. I'm here because I want to help you create a big, bold life in biz. I want to help you create and lead a life uncommon. And most people, here's the truth. Most people live a life of mediocre average. And there's no reason to. That's all the shit in your head that's keeping you stuck. I can help you get through that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm so excited. I've got my notes. Today, I'm going to blow your mind today, so you just get ready. So if you're watching the replay, say, hi, Susan. Say, hell yes, I want my mind blown. Who here wants their mind blown? Who here has ever, like, right, you show up to these events, and obviously this is my way for you to get to know, like, and trust me that I know what the hell I'm talking about, right? I mean, that's the obvious thing. You're here because you want something different. You don't want Sally Jane mediocre average life. There's no reason for that. So, I've been weaving in my story all along. Yes, Susan says, blow my mind. I have to be quite honest. I could barely sleep. The amount of activity inside this Facebook group, I'm really proud of all of you for showing up, for commenting, for doing your homework, for doing your Facebook Lives. I have this morning gone in and tagged you, if you're here and you've posted a Facebook Live or your homework, I've tagged you, so you need to reach out to me because I will be giving you a private link to a coaching session. I want to reward you for taking immediate action. Now, what are some of the other incentives? Still show up. I'm not saying there aren't more coaching sessions. Do your homework. Tag your accountability partner. Send me your email with the reason why, your intentions for this. And right now, for those of you who are live, if you have a website already or a Facebook business page, please post it. My promise to you is that every single one of you who does that, I will go through and look and give you personalized feedback on your current business. But I need to know, right? So put it below. Maybe send me a friend request. It might be easier, but I will comment on your business page or I will look at your website and I will connect with you. Okay? Oh, Summer's able to show up this morning early. Hi. Oh, I know it's early where you are. It's 7 o'clock. So I know you're probably having your coffee. Oh my gosh, put where you are located and then we're going to just jump right in. The reason I mentioned Summer is because we connected and I had just gotten back from Hawaii and I was like, oh, because I love meeting all of you. I want to know where all of you live. Now that COVID's over, you guys, some of you know I've spoken all across the country. So not only have I had an offline business, I have an online business. I have a 7-figure life. So I can teach you how to take your offline business and put it online or your online business and put it offline. Because it's kind of all the same. Like if you learn one skill set, you're going to apply it. So anyhow, Hill Country, Texas. My husband is from Houston and he had property in the Hill Country. It's beautiful out there. What time of year are the bluebonnets? That's right, bluebonnets are beautiful. Ontario, Florida's in the house. All right, here we go. We're jumping right in. Miranda's from California, yay, right? Super hot today. You know, it's not super hot here in Portland, Oregon. Okay, ready? Here we go. I'm going to talk fast today because I'm actually going to be standing up and I'm going to be showing you this homework exercise. Now, if you haven't done, like stop right now. If you've not done the homework, I almost want you to be like, pump the brakes. Go do the homework from yesterday. I promise you it's all going to stack. So if you're watching the replay, pause it, right? If you're watching the replay, if you're watching live, fine, stay live because I want your energy and I want you to heart me and love me and comment and all the fun things. And I want your mind to be blown because I've really poured into this. If you've not done the homework today though, I'm going to tell you yesterday what we worked on was your niche. I gave you one of the most favorite exercises called the coffee shop exercise or the Starbucks exercise. So this whole challenge this week is 1 hour and done, one and done. I'm giving you daily homework assignments that you can do in 1 hour or less. If you're doing it longer than that, you're in overthinking mode. Thank you, Kat. Right? If you're doing it. So here's the thing. I know that some of you are perfectionists, overthinkers, too educated, all the things. We're going to talk about this today. I'm going to change your mind about your perfectionism and your procrastination and your overthinking. Because the longer you wait to figure out your niche and make a decision, and the longer you wait to build your program and share it with the world, the longer you're living in average. That's the truth. I said it. The longer you're living in mediocre, you could have so much more amazingness in your life by doing these things. Now, it's simple. Is it easy? No, because you know what? There's so much personal growth with I always say that your business is the best personal growth course on the planet because you will be stretched, right? I know that, and that's why I know some of you didn't do a Facebook Live because you were freaking out. Do a Facebook Live. We want to see you. This is what you're going to say. Hey, Mary, I'm so glad I'm here in the challenge. Yesterday, I learned this, or today I learned this, whenever you're watching, or I'm from the Hill Country and Bluebonnet season is in July. Come visit me or something. Do it to practice, right? And be teachable, coachable, trainable. Don't waste time. Don't come here and not do this stuff. That doesn't even make any sense to me. Okay. Every day, your one and done statement is different. Okay. Every day it's different. So for those of you who are looking at your workbook, like that's all the same. No, it's not. Ready? The one and done, this is relatable today to building your program. The one and done process is for you to simplify everything that is critical. Simplify the things that are critical so you can maximize your offer, maximize your program offer, and get into clarity. We want simplification and clarity. Simple, clear, simple, clear, simple, clear. Is there your name? Give myself permission to eliminate overthinking and move into ease and flow. That's the real work. The real work is getting into your genius zone. The real work is not making it hard. So many times I work with clients and literally I'm like, why are you choosing to make this harder? We can simplify things. Here's the simple thing. Somebody type this in, write this down. Market, sell, deliver. That's a business. That's every business. It's simple. I break everything down into threes, FYI. You're going to see that, okay? Because I just want it to be so simple. Market, sell, deliver. So this week, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about one and done, 1 hour and done, 1 hour or less, get this stuff done. Okay. I choose to acknowledge my brilliance and embrace my life experience. Why am I saying that? So many of you are, thank you, Julia. Thank you, Kat. So many of you are overthinking and you're poo-pooing. Write this down. No more poo-poo. No more poo-pooing your experience, your level of wealth of knowledge. Is this enough? Am I worthy enough? Should I add more? Da, da, da. No is the answer. Write this down. A clear mind buys. A clear mind buys. When your potential client is clear on the result that you can help her achieve, she will say yes, if she's the right client. If you didn't do the work yesterday about the 10 fundamental necessities of a client, you need to do that because she has to be ready. Clarity sells. Write that down. Clarity sells. So for those of you, this is going to be the message today. And why? Because I work with hundreds of women who overcomplicate their offer. And it's like they can't even articulate it. By the end of this week, you're going to be so solid. You're going to be like, I know what I'm doing. That's what I want you to walk away with. Though. And of course, I'm going to share an opportunity for us to continue this journey together. You'll find out more about that in the days to come. But today, I want you to think about simplicity sells, clarity sells. A clear mind buys. When you are complicated, when you over-deliver, when you're doing too much, it's too much, my friends. Stop it. All right, my client deserves to be transformed. Say this. My client deserves to be transformed, and I will live in excellence to the best of my ability. So we've talked about mindset. We've talked about the opportunity to love your client. I want you to love your work, you guys. I want you to be joyous in your work. I want you to be in your zone of genius. I want it to feel like, God, they pay me for this? Oh my God. Because I know that you have jobs and you work with people that you are sick of, you're burnt out, you resent it, you can't stand them. I know. I hear this every day. Literally, like one of my new clients, she has a VIP day on Thursday. This is what her husband said. I don't care what you have to do to work with Mary Bicknell. You must get out of your business because you're dying. It's killing you. And who wants that? Nobody. Okay. So yesterday, your job was to do the coffee shop exercise. So right now, I want you to picture your ideal client. So again, if you've not done that homework exercise, listen today and then go do the homework and then come back and do this. Be live with me now. I want you right now to imagine that singular client that you did the coffee shop exercise, and I want you to name her. Pick a name right now. Pick a name right now and then type it in. Pick one name right now and type it in. I'll give you a second. Pick a name. Pick a name, any name. Type it in. She is, look, we've got Ellen, Susie, Penny, beautiful. She is the woman, Jane. She's going to be who you're talking to for the rest of the week. Like, almost imagine Tina Smalls. Awesome. I want you, Madeline. I want you to imagine her. Phoenix. I want you to imagine her. God, you guys, I have chills. You connecting with your ideal client. So as we move forward, although you want 100 of Sally and Phoenix and Madeline and Mia and Tina and Jane and Susie and Penny and Ellen. You want 100 of her. Well, you're talking to one of her. So why this is important, while we're building our program, you're going to be having her in your mind. When we personify our ideal client, we can talk to a single person, because here's the truth. When we get to the marketing, when we're going to do tomorrow, we're going to be pricing. Wednesday. Thursday, I'm going to teach you how to have a non-pushy, non-arm twisting enrollment discovery sales call templated for you. And then Friday, we're going to do marketing. If you're not connected emotionally to her, it's going to feel like you're just talking into a well, and it will feel like, oh my God, is anybody listening? And then you'll get frustrated. Who can feel me? Who's like, oh, she knows me. I do. All right, write these down. These are going to be the things 5 ways to maximize your client results. And we're jumping right in. Have them fall in love with your program and feel like not only did they get their money worth, but had a transformation that was better than they hoped for. Now, I know that sounds like a lot of pressure. It's not. I'm going to teach you how to make it irresistible for her to say yes. Because I know you're like, oh, I want to help her do this and this and this and blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about that. Okay. Ready? Get ready to write this down. Number 1, the 3 F's. You're going to also use this in marketing. You're also going to use this on your sales call on Thursday and Friday. The 3 F's. Write this down. Feel, felt, found. Feel, felt, found. When you're designing your program, and remember, you're your own best client. Some of you are like, your ideal client is you a couple years ago. You've gone through something. You have a pathway. And so you can, while you're writing out your program, which I'm going to teach you how to do today, and that's your homework assignment. So I'm going to teach you the methodology of the one and done, and you're going to go do that today. You want to say, I understand how you feel, Sally, Phoenix, Madeline, Penny, Susie, Jane, Tina, Mia, Ellen. I know how you feel. I felt the same way too. And what I found is when I go through these 6 steps, which, hello, it's the 6 steps of your program, or the 5 steps, not more than 8. When I go through these 6 steps, I have found that my life has changed. I have found that my business has changed. I have found that my weight has changed. I have found that my relationship has changed. Whatever your niche is. Remember, we talked about the top niches yesterday. Feel, felt, found. Those are going to be critically important also with your marketing and all of that. Let me give you an example. Oh gosh, I really know how you feel. I used to feel so burnt out with clients. I got to the point when I was in the nursing home that I would like walk by people. I would walk by their rooms when they were calling out, and they were like, help me, help me, help me. And I just felt overwhelmed with the burden of trying to take care of a bunch of people. And it kind of made me sad, because I went into the helping field to help people. But what I found is the more I poured into everyone else, the less I had for myself and for my family. And what I realized is I wanted to help people, and I wanted to call the shots, and I wanted to make a lot of money and work when I wanted to work, because life is freaking short. So I found that when I built this online business and when I spoke live also, I was able to build a business that has given me the kind of income and freedom, and then amazing ass clients to work with. Okay. Feel, felt, found. Who related to that story? Who said, oh my God, she's feeling me? Who relates to that? Who here has ever been burnt out? Who here has ever felt like you're working your ass off and you're not getting well compensated for it? Am I the only person? Because I'm thinking not. Right? Feel, felt, found. Number 2, write this down. Simplicity wins. Miranda says yes. Thank you. Simplicity wins. What does that even mean? April says me. You want to win. You want to have your client have a win, right? You want to have your client have a win. Definitely not the only person. Yep. Thank you. What is a win? We're going to talk about that. But simplicity wins. You must put that on a Post-it somewhere in front of you, because you're going to try and complicate things. Simplicity wins. It goes back to that clarity, clear mind buys. Number 3, you're going to see these all are relevant. They're all like interwoven, and that's for a purpose. Don't over deliver. Don't over deliver. So I know there's a saying like, undersell, over deliver. Right? There's a difference between surprising someone as a bonus. I just did that with a new client. Literally, I just messaged her. She messaged me like 3 minutes above the hour, and I was like, surprise, here's a surprise for you. There's a difference between surprising or giving somebody an extra or giving them a bonus. That's different than over delivering. Okay? Write this down. Over delivering overwhelms people. Over-delivering overwhelms people. How many of you want to share what happens with you when you feel overwhelmed? I know how you feel. I felt overwhelmed too. What I found is I can only take in so much information. And then I just feel like I want to shut down. I feel stuck. I feel like, God, where do I begin? I kind of feel resentful. I feel like I invested in this thing and I can't even do it all because there's too much in there. Who's having a moment, right? Julia says she shuts down. I shut down. Exactly. Exactly. We shut down. We don't want our clients to shut down. Here's number 4. Only sell to the people that have the problem that you can help them with. Now, again, go back to yesterday. Again, all of these stack on each other, right? I get stuck. I stop. Right. Exactly. You are your own best client. Remember this when you're building your homework, when you're building your program tonight. I'm going to show you what to do, though, with all the cool tools and all the other stuff. I'm going to teach you exactly what to do with that. No problem. But today we're going to talk about your one offer that gives people a win. Remember, your own, number 4 is only sell to the person that has the problem that you can help solve. Okay. And number 5, acknowledge that they can do this. See, we get so caught up. I just had a call. I have a call every Tuesday at 7 o'clock with one of my clients, 7 Pacific. And I literally had to remind her of this, is that we have to tell our clients and our staff, you can do this. What happens is we get into teacher preacher mode and we're just overwhelming. It's information, 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 information. And people were like, ah. And there's no emotional, that's why I started with the feel, felt, found. People want to know that you get them, that you feel them, that you're in their head. Does anybody feel like I'm kind of in your head? Put a comment below. Oh my God, you're in my head. Have some of the things I've been saying over just the last 2 days. It's like barely an hour and a half we've had together. In the last 2 days, it's only 10:30. Do you feel like I'm resonating with what your experience is? Of course you do. No problem. I understand that. So acknowledge that they can do this. And Julia says, oh my God, you're in my head. Here's the most effective way to make money before you even fully build out all of your modules, lessons, and videos. This is the winner chicken dinner. Thank you, Kat. You want to test marketing. Now we're going to talk more about this on Friday with your marketing. I'm going to show you exactly how to test market your idea. Okay. So this is how to get money before. We want to sell something before we build it. Now, you want to build the structure. We're going to talk about that today. Number 2 is outline only, record as you go. This is so good. Make sure you pay attention. One of my clients, my former clients, Carol, she came to me after spending, it was like, I think $10,000 for like an 8-week program, which by the way, my program is not that expensive, or that's not the level of investment. So just letting you know, 10 grand, 8 weeks. They were like, build it and they will come, build it and they will come. And she spent all kinds of time recording videos, writing out workbooks, creating all of her marketing. Guess how many programs she sold? Who wants to put a number in? She built all this from her head, never tested it, never asked another human being, hey, I'm thinking about building this program around this idea. She sold 0. No, Joya. 0. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Why? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. Do not build all of that stuff out until you've gotten like people saying, yeah, I have this problem. Oh, you have a solution? Here's your solution. This is what you're going to learn today in your homework assignment. I'm going to talk more about this. I know, dang, right? Oh my God, it was crushing. So since she and I worked together, guess what actually happened? That whole program, by the way, this is what we talked about yesterday as far as niching. The whole time she and I worked together, I kept saying, are you sure you want to work with people in chronic pain? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because my intuition, like this is again, I am like, if you're stuck on your niche, like I can help you in like that fast. I didn't feel, and I wasn't getting the vibe. And so intuitively as a business consultant and as a person who's helped people for decades, I didn't think this was her thing. But she felt trapped staying with that program because she spent 10 grand over 8 weeks and she recorded all the modules and she did blah, 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 blah. And so she would show up to market it half-assed because she didn't love to do it. Guess what she's done now? Now she has become a master certified coach. She's loving life. She's teaching people how to be joyful. She's showing up online and it's fun for her. What happens when it's more fun for you guys? People want that energy. Who here likes my energy? You can tell I love this. We could talk all day, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Ha ha ha. See how I tied it all together? Ready? Who here hates technology? I'm going to teach you right now the simplest thing that you can do when you're getting ready to build out your program and enroll people. The simplest platform to deliver your content, and I'm going to check all of your comments in just a minute. The simplest platform to deliver your content, not worrying about tech, guess what it is? It's a private Facebook group. A private Facebook group. Now, you're in this group. Here's a Facebook Live. I pinned this post to the top. I created a guide section, and then you push the button that says, add this video to guide number 1. Boom. Let's say you have an 8-week something. You can put the content right in there, you guys. It's that easy. So right now what I'm saying, and this is a side note since I'm on technology, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but I love to give you some other truth bombs. You do not need a very expensive website right now unless you're clear on your niche, your ideal client, and your offer. That is a distraction for you. Now, if you have a website, this is why, if you have a website, remember, put it in the link below, comments below. I'm going to go look at your website. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, who is her ideal client? Is it crystal clear? If I'm Sally Jane client and I click on that or her Facebook business page or her LinkedIn profile or her Instagram, am I going to be like, oh my God, this woman works with like 50-year-old menopausal women who want to have great sex again now that they're empty nesters. Bam. Oh, this person has such and such autoimmune disease. She's healed herself and now she wants to teach people some of the strategies to help them feel more energized, get over their grief of not feeling well. Thank you, Kat. Okay? So, technology. Put your stuff in a Facebook group, easy peasy, because your paid people can go in there. And then when they're done, whatever contract or agreement period you have, then you easily remove them. And then once you've done that a couple times, then some of the other software is beneficial. Who here is so thrilled that it can be that freaking easy, right? Hello. 4 simple ways to get raving reviews, emotional stories, and the most powerful testimonials from clients who love your signature program. So we're going to call this, just from here forward, your signature program, your flagship, your offer. I want you to have one offer to begin with. Now, frequently I teach my clients to have one offer and sell high ticket. Why? Here's the reason why. Some of you want to do group programs, but you have not built an audience. So we're going to talk more about this on your marketing call on Friday. What I want for all of you is to learn the skill and the art of having an enrollment call and selling a high ticket one-on-one. Now, I know some of you do one-on-one and you're fried because you're not making any money. That's why. Higher ticket, so that you are actually having a different transformation. You're selling a package of a time frame that is together. We're going to talk about this more. Okay? So that's why your sales call, your enrollment call is critically important. By the way, why it is also so important is when you learn to have a conversation with a human being, all of that is you can share that online. Right? Once you understand people's objections, then that's part of your marketing. That's why marketing is on Friday and sales calls are on Thursday. 4 simple ways to, and then I'm going to teach you the ASCENSION. Oh my God, that's so good. 4 simple ways to get raving reviews. Okay, number 1, in the moment. In the moment. Frequently, when clients are like, oh my God, that was like so incredible. I'm like, I grabbed that. Hi, can I use that as a testimonial? Literally yesterday, I was in Messenger with one of my clients in one of my programs. And she said, actually, what did she say? I'm going to be just like right here live with you, transparent. So I might as well tell you what she said. I'm not going to give you her name, of course, because it was personal what we were talking about. She said, and this is why I love you. You totally get me and can see what my emotions sometimes blind me from. Remember I said my zone of genius and excellent is I can see blind spots that you can't see. We're going to talk more about that on during our mindset calls on Sunday and Monday. But that's a beautiful testimonial. That's live in the moment. Right? I mean, doesn't that like make you want to sing? And like, isn't that like, don't you want that from your clients for them to have that experience? That's the experience I want for all of you, for your clients, and for those of you who are going to decide to work together. I want that kind of relationship with you. I want you to feel like I get you, right? Okay, so in the moment, use a template. So one of the things that I want to share with you is to actually, because some of you have worked with people and you don't know how to go back and actually ask for a testimonial. Now, for some of you who have clients that are not that you want to remain anonymous, here's the easy way. So write this down. This is added in there, okay? Here's the very easy way. Let's just say, I don't know, that you're a doctor or you're a clinician or you're a holistic practitioner or you're a chiropractor or whatever you are, that you really, it's like you don't want to give away the client's name. Here's the easy way to do it. You can send them this template that says basically the before, after, during, and after. And you could say something like this, like, Julia, I loved working together. I noticed that when so you're first telling them what they could possibly say. I noticed that before you and I started working together, one of the things that you said you wanted to do was you wanted to stop working so much. You wanted to have better clarity on your offer. You wanted to have the confidence to really have a high ticket offer, sell it, and have fun with it. And then during our time together, you went from selling $1,500. Actually, this is one of my clients too. She literally sold a $1,000 package yesterday for a VIP 3-hour session. She came to me charging $68 an hour, and now she's selling $1,000 3-hour sessions. Her name's, well, I won't say what her name is. I've talked about her before. But Julia, right? Julia's like, and so the time that we were together, Julia, you went from X to this. Huh? And now, oh my God, look at what's happening after. Would it be possible for me to share that with you? The before, after, or before, during, and after on my website, in my social media. Okay. And they're going to say yes. And you can say, I'm not going to share your name But what I will put is whatever, a 35-year-old, a 30-year-old, single female. So remember, this is why yesterday I talked to you about, is it your social demographic or is it your psychology of a client, of a niche, right? So, and if it was the social demographic, I could say 30-year-old single female. If it was the psychology, right, or the personality, I could say driven entrepreneur. Boom. Who is loving this? I'm going to pause for a minute. Yay. I used to live in an email Mary about you not using. She said we can just to protect confidence. Of course you can. You can do whatever, you guys. By the way, you can actually do whatever. Okay. Here, Julia says, this is my biggest question, how to navigate that therapist. So everybody got it? How easy was that? Do you love, who's loving all of the content and training that I'm giving you? Who's saying, oh my God, this is stuff that is actually usable for me. This is actually ahas for me. Like, this is actually helpful, right? That's how easy it is, you guys. Okay. Now, for those of you who want to sniff me out a little bit, sniff, go in our Facebook group, look under the guides area, and it will say clients love results and testimonials. There are, I don't know, 40, 50 testimonials in there. Okay. So go sniff me out a little bit. Love for you to do that. Number 3. So 4 simple ways. Number 3, survey your people. Survey your people. So like, let's say you're doing a group program, or let's say that, you know, here's one of the things I love doing with a lot of clients, especially when they're in, you know, a private practice or something where, or they are in a business where they've had a history of people. You can simply say, hey, I want to send this out to you. I wanted to find out, what were some of the greatest things that you loved about my program? What were some of the greatest things that you loved about, you know, I'm compiling this, and you can be anonymous if you want. I'm compiling this so that I can improve my business. I can improve my client deliveries. I just literally did this myself the other day. I posed a question, how can I get better? How can I add value to you, group participants? And they told me, and I'm implementing. Why? Because I want to be the best at my craft, and I want my clients to have results. Survey them. And number 4, ask for it. Some of you just are terrified to ask. You must learn to ask for it. Okay. All right. Turn the page over, or however you're printing out. The secret to your financial success using your signature program is start with one offer. Write this down in the comments. One offer. Here's your glaring problem. Some of you get bored easy and you want to switch all around. A confused mind does not buy. So if you're showing up and you're offering this and you're offering that and you're offering this and you're offering that without a big enough audience, people are like, what is she talking about? Like, one day she's talking about, I can help people have a better marriage. And the other day she's talking about like women's empowerment. It's like, it's so freaking confusing to the marketplace. So one offer, make money at it, get known for it, and then add on. So for me, I've been in business nearly 8 years. I have tens of thousands of people. There's 5,000 people in this Facebook group. I can put out pretty much a variety of offers. My upcoming program, 7-month program, putting that out. Do I have self-studies? Yes. Do I have this whole ascension model that I'm getting ready to share with you? Yes. I've been in business. I have the audience to support that because my offers are logical. So for example, I have something brand new for the brand newbie. I have something where people are like, they want to work with me directly, but they don't want private, high-end, high investment coaching. Okay. Who here is just like, in a way, confused? That's right. Hi, Mitzi. Yes, exactly. Start with one offer. Sell it. Make money. Increase your rate. Then think about adding on. Because what I want for you also is, see, when you learn how to do high ticket first, because there's people in your sphere right now, you guys, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow with pricing on Wednesday, Thursday during your enrollment call, and definitely for your marketing. There are people right now that would pay you thousands of dollars. You just aren't realizing it. But you may not have enough of an audience for your current niche to sell a program. And then that can feel like demoralizing. Remember my client Carol. Boom. All right, here we go. Multiple revenue streams, save money, time, and energy having to do launch after launch after launch. Maximize your ascension plan. Okay. Now, basically, I'm going to give you kind of the a metaphor for this, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about each one, and then we're going to get to your homework. We're almost out of time. I always try, you guys, I know I said I try and make these 45 minutes, but I add all these extra golden nuggets and I don't account for that time. So I know that this is worth it for you. Ready? We're going to start at the bottom. I'm going to give you metaphors as we go. And I'm looking down at my document, by the way. That's why I'm looking away from the camera. So start at the bottom where it says free content relationship building. Remember, we're going to talk more about this on Friday with your marketing. But free content, this is free. What am I doing? Know, like, and trust factor. Write that down. You're getting to know me. You're getting to like me, I hope, right? And you're getting to trust me that I know what I'm talking about with my free content. Okay. The next is entry level, done without you. So I have a program. Here's the magic. Pay attention. I have a program that is leveraged passive income. Who here wants passive income? I recorded that program live. First, I outlined it, which I'm going to show you how to do in a minute. I sold it. I was like, anybody want this thing? And they were like, yes. So I was like, oh my God. Signed people up, took their investment, and then shot the videos live with the human beings. And every week I was creating the workbook. Now that just is running in the background. People buy that now just as a self-study. Who loves that? So run it live so you can get recordings, you can coach people, you can consult people, whatever your method is. Record that stuff. Here it is. Want it? Home study, self-study, whatever you want to end up passive, okay? Mid-level, done with a limit to you. So this is more like a group program. And there's the mid-level and high-level types of programs. So the mid-level is really with a limit to you. So that means like every week you have coaching calls. So I'm going to be sharing my Big Bold Life and Biz Plan is a 7-month program. There's 9 calls available to everyone. I have a copywriter in there, Laura. She takes 2 calls. I'm doing the rest. So people get a lot of me, a lot of my expertise, and there's different categories of calls. Okay. So, and I've got my membership vault full of training. I've got the 30-day jumpstart in there for those of you who need a 30-day jumpstart. I've got the foundations program for those of you who are just starting out. And then I have other training in there. Okay, so that's like a mid-level. Then the higher level, done with you and done with a limit to you. That's higher yet. And that is my mastermind. So I have a program called the 5% Club. It's for those women who are over $100,000 in their business and they want to get to 300,000 to 500,000, which is the top 5% of earners in the country, in the United States. $300,000 to $500,000. That's a mastermind. And they have more access to me. We start with a VIP day. They get weekly, more of calls, that kind of thing. And then the highest done with you is that high touch. That's your private elite clients. That's actually what I want you to think about building out now. You're going to start with a smaller time frame, not a year, right? Maybe 6 months, maybe some of you 90 days, 4 months. We'll talk about that in a minute when I give you your homework. So you ascend people. So this is how you can think about it. That free content is like, who has a Costco, Sam's Club, something like that. Remember pre-COVID and you could go there and get the little tasters. You love those tasters. I love me a meatball, piece of cheese. Yes, I want that cheese. Who here feels me? They get a little free something, boom. Okay, I like that. I love that piece of sausage, Costco. Thank you. When River was little, how many of you have ever done this with your kids? When she was little, I would take her there at like lunchtime when they would do all the tasting. Because when she's little, like 10 bites, she's good. That's all she needed, 10 bites. I didn't have to deal with anything. Okay, so free content's like the taster. The done for you, that's like the tray. Here you go. Here's your yeah. Kat says I want the free sample. Right? Here's the like Thai food. Take it home, heat it up in the microwave. That's the kind of done for you. It's already done. You know it's good. You tasted it. You're like looking forward to it. Mid-level is kind of like a chain restaurant, right? A chain restaurant, like I don't know, like Olive Garden. I don't really go to chain restaurants, so I'm not like Olive Garden, Chili's. I like legit cannot even think of other chain restaurants across the country because like maybe there's an Applebee's, Denny's, like that kind of thing, right? So it's kind of like it's mid-level, it's pretty good. You're gonna get fed well, but it's not like the higher level, which is like you put your heels on to go. You're psyched. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful dinner. God, I miss a freaking dinner. I miss wearing heels. I haven't worn heels since COVID. Ugh. And then done with you, the highest touch. That's the chef that comes into your house, guys. How is that metaphor, thinking about that, helpful to you? Good? Okay. Here we go. Here's your homework. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to do this one and done process. It's going to take you about 60 minutes. And I want you to start with your high ticket one-on-one client. We will talk about pricing tomorrow. So don't even worry about money or pricing or anything like that. Do this process. I promise you, if you simplify, don't over deliver, your mind is going to get blown with doing this process. Okay. Your homework is to remember this critical factors. Do not over deliver or cram in your signature program, because we're going to start with the high touch and actually work our way down. When you develop this high touch, this high ticket, all of those other pieces of the puzzle, all of the program, then the mastermind, the free content, guess what? Pay attention. It all comes out of your like signature offer. So your signature offer is your one-on-one high ticket client. They get what they need. And then you give a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less, and then like one taster out of your program. So what you're learning here, you guys, this is my free content, and I know it's longer, right? It's several days. But this is some of the free content in the Big Bold Life and Biz Plan. So if you're in there, or you taken it before, and I know that some clients will pop back in. I see Kat in here too. Like this is right out of my program. Why am I doing that? I've had the question, like, why are you giving free stuff out of your program away? There's plenty of stuff in my program, number one. And number two, it all goes together. This is what I said. When you have one offer and you talk about it, people know you know what you're talking about. So I'm talking about how to create an online business or a high ticket business or a group program. Like I'm talking about what I talk about with my clients. Who here is like having a moment? Let's take a pause before I go in, and then I'm going to stand up because I'm actually going to walk you through, literally, this is a mind, body, spirit exercise for this one and done. I'd love to see some comments, and then I will go back through. We will end right at the top of the hour. You're welcome to stay because I want to go through and answer your questions, but I know some of you will have to pop off just so you can budget your time. So I'd like to see while I'm doing this. Okay, ready? So don't cram too much in. One is if you over deliver, you're not going to be articulate about your offer. Number two is your client will not get the success that's possible for them. Remember, an overwhelmed client stops. They get stuck. They retreat. They don't have a win. You want your client to have a transformational win. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to walk you through this process right now. This is what you need to make a note of. So write this on your workbook right now. Cut this in half. Insert your own name. Okay? All right. This is what I want you to do. So pay attention. And I'm going to talk really loud because I'm going to get up and I don't have my earbuds in. So I want you to grab some paper. This is your homework. So by the way, so for those of you who like, what are we doing? So this is now your homework. I'm going to share exactly how to do it. And then I'm going to stop and be like, hey, I know some of you have to pop off. But for those of you who stay, I want to read all your comments and respond to you. If you know you have questions right now, start typing them in for a second while I get set up. So I'm literally now showing you the one and done process for building your program. And this literally is life-changing. Pay attention to do this. Grab some paper. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to walk through it. You're going to grab some paper. So first of all, get your ideal client and her name in an, I'm going to put my desk up while we're doing this so that I'm not looking down at the camera. So the one and done process, I want you to think about your ideal client right now. Get her in her name, and then on the top of the paper, I want you to write her name. So I put in Sally. It's funny that I say this. You know, guys, I'm having a moment. It's like my ideal client's name in my head is Laura, but I always say Sally out loud, but in my head it's Laura. So I don't know what that's about. So Sally Laura, okay? So I want you to put her name at the top. And I want you to feel connected with her right now. I want you to think about yesterday, one of the things we talked about is when you're doing that coffee shop exercise, how can you be empathetic with her? How can you feel her? What is her problem? If you are your own best client, what were some of the processes and steps? So I want you to think about, and right next to her name, put the number 6 to 8. 6 to 8. This is going to help you stay on track so that you can build up 6 to 8 lessons. Okay. So the very first thing I want you to do, I'm going to show you. Laura says, I'm your ideal client. I know you are. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to do it. I want you to hold the paper, and the very first thing I want you to imagine your ideal client is across a river. She's walking along with you, but after you work together, her future self is across a river. And you're walking side by side with her. And that you both see this woman across the river, and you look at your ideal client and you're like, she seems familiar to me. And that woman across the river turns and faces you both. And it's the future version of your ideal client. Oh, I get chills after she's worked with you. And she's standing differently. She's walking differently. Her gait is different. And your ideal client connects eyeballs with her future self. And she looks at you and she says, I want to be her. And your job is to give her the stepping stones over. So I want you to think about, she's transformed. What is the problem that you're helping her solve? How does she get to be her future self? Write that down. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be writing down step number 1. What's her very first step? Write that down and then do this. I'm going to have my back to the camera for a sec. Well, actually, I'll try and angle it. Then write down whatever this step is. Like, she has to dream big, whatever yours is. Mine, for my clients in the Big Bold Life and Biz, is dream big. She doesn't have a dream, she ain't going to do it. And I put this down. Great. Step number 2. Remember, we only have 6 to 8. What's the very next step for her? In my program, she needs to overcome her blind spots, all the fear of judgment, fear of success, fear of failure. We work a lot on that on the front end because the business building is the easy part. If she doesn't have her head on straight, so to speak, she's never going to do it. So for me, inside my program, in my 30-day jumpstart, actually, it's blind spots. So you're going to put that down and you're going to physically Physically walk and put that down. And you're going to do this. Step number 3 for me is the big money mindset breakthrough. Number 3, put it down. Number 4 for me is the big client breakthrough. Put it down. Number 5 for my business is the big product breakthrough. Write it on here. Put it down. And number 6, and you may not have names for this yet, but you're thinking like she needs to have a mindset shift. She needs to think big. She needs to dream. She needs to learn how to communicate. Okay. And walk away. Leave the papers down. Walk away. Go away for 10 minutes. Go get a cup of coffee, a sip of water, and then come back. And then you're going to gather these all up and you're going to see, do you need to like reorder? Is number 1 in the right spot? Put them in the correct order. Then you're going to gather this up. Okay, so you know for me, the number 1 for me is, for all my clients, is I want to know what your big dream is. And so now I'm going to write down exercises that my ideal client can do to get connected with her big dream. So some of the exercises I do personally is I help them figure out, what do they not want? I help them get clear on, how much does your big life dream cost? Like, get into serious, know your numbers. Do you want a $100,000 house, a $10,000, $100,000 million house, $2 million? Like, how much does all of that cost? Get clear with your big dream so you can feel solid. How do you give yourself permission? So write down all the exercises that come to mind for each one of your steps. Okay, each one of your steps. And then I want you to cut that in half. So if you're like, oh my God, what she has to do. I teach people how to overcome, like the very first thing, I work with clients to help them with their autoimmune disease. And so the very first thing I have them do is clean out their entire cupboard. Okay. Maybe not clean out their entire cupboard. Maybe clean your refrigerator. Okay. I help women, lose that last 20 pounds of baby fat. And I help them like go join a gym and no, maybe like go for a walk. Huh? Now I know, again, you want to over deliver, you want to cram stuff in, and what will happen is, who remembers? You're going to overwhelm her. So from the very first step, you guys, she must have a win. So with me, with you guys, with my clients, when they really get their big dream and they give themselves permission to think about that unapologetically, and they get serious about their numbers, they can start seeing, oh my God, I actually can make this happen. Oh my God. That's what we want. We want to win. So who here loves that? Who here is like shocked at the simplicity? You've 6 to 8 steps. Might work with somebody for 6 months. Maybe you want to make them 6 steps. For some of my clients, the very first thing is like they got to really dream big. They haven't given themselves permission to want what they want in years. They don't even know what they want. Right? Joey says, I'm having a moment. It's like one-on-one is my favorite therapy right now. So I need to simplify down. Yes. And think about being prepared. Yes. Simplify rather than complicate. Thank you. I love how to structure it. Very simple. Exactly. My job today is to also show you, hello, I can simplify. This is my zone. Do it this way. Imagine her across the river, play it back. Okay, so I know we're right at 11:03. We went 3 minutes over your hour. Thank you for coming today. Please show up every single day. And if you're watching the replay, please say #replay. Yes, don't overthink it, Miranda. That's my point. This is why I made it so simple, right? So simple. Remember, we want our clients to have a win. Tomorrow, Wednesday, day number 3. Woo! Can you believe it's already going to be day number 333? We're going to price this puppy out. We're going to price out your signature program. Now, remember, you may have 6 months with one-on-one. You may decide 4 months. I've done 4-month programs before. You may want 90 days. Here's what I want you to think about, the final tip on this homework assignment. What does your client deserve? Ooh. What level of support does she deserve? Does she deserve to go through this transformation with support from you over a 4-month journey, a 3-month journey, a 6-month journey? Pick one. You can pick one goal, remember, and you can add on. You don't have to try and change her entire life in 90 days, guys. Good? You're welcome, April. Okay. So Wednesday, we're going to price it out. And I'm not going to be inflating numbers. I'm going to give you concrete, real numbers my clients have sold. Okay. And then I'll share some of my numbers. Thursday, you must come. We are going to talk about how are you going to assign people. We're going to build out your personalized sales template, your discovery call template, your enrollment template, a script. Now, granted, people are like, that doesn't sound like me at first. No, it's not going to, because you're not used to doing this. Truth. So I'm going to tell you the top questions to ask immediately, how to weed looky-loo tire kickers out so you don't waste time. And you're going to walk away with understanding what are the top objections your ideal client will have, and how are you going to address them without any arm twisting. Who here loves that? And then Friday, we're going to do marketing. I want you to think about how exciting selling is. Selling is just conveying, hey, I've got this thing. I think I can help you. I've got a solution. You said you had this problem. I have this solution. Why don't we just chat about it? Marketing is about like, hey, let me tell you a little bit about my knowledge. Let it be that easy, guys. All right. Let me go through, and then Saturday will be replays, catch up for those of you who need to catch up or rewatch, because these videos will not stay up forever. I'm going to be putting in more testimonials on Saturday, so you can stick around. I've got a ton more that need to be loaded. Sunday is all about fear, and Monday is about money. Note the new time change on Sunday and Monday. I'm going to be out of town. So some of you are like, you're going to be out of town and you're going to be working? Yeah. You know why? Because I can. What's an hour? Well, my daughter is swimming the pool at my dad's house. I'm in charge of my own calendar, guys. You need to be in charge of your own calendar. Nobody tells me when or where to work. That's why when I saw Summer was in Hawaii, I was like, oh, I've met clients in Hawaii. I've met clients in Chicago. If you put a room together of women, I'll fly out to see you, guaranteed. All right, so thank you. I'm going to go through all your comments now. So don't forget, if I've tagged you, reach out to me so that I'm going to give you a private coaching. If you have a business, make sure you put your website here so I can look at it, and then continue to show up and do the work. Look in that incentives. Okay. So I'm going to go through the feed. I'm going to answer all these questions, whatever questions that have popped up for you. So if you need to leave, I totally understand. So I can't wait to see you the rest of the week. Okay. Let's see what we have. We've got, I did my homework, but I was writing it into the homework spot, and I suddenly felt like what I was okay, let me see who said that, because I can't. Here's the thing. If this is you, please, inside of Facebook, the weird thing is I can't read it over in Facebook when I'm in StreamYard. So I'm going to try and understand what this is. So if this is you, please let me know if you're still live. Hi, I did my homework, but I was writing it into the homework spot. I suddenly felt like that was what I know, but I'm not sure that's what I want. Excellent. So what she's referring to is, we talked about this yesterday with the niche. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. Just because I told the story about being in geriatrics yesterday, just because I can work with old people and dying people, and I have told people, I've told family members, your mom died. I was in the Oklahoma City bombing. I had to tell a family they did not find your child. It was another child. Like, I've been around a lot of trauma. Just because I can do it doesn't mean I want to do it anymore. I've worked in the inner city in Baltimore with gunfire, my car getting broken into while I was inside one of my clients' homes. I've had to have escorts going into like, a drug den. I don't sit down on the upholstery. I don't want to get stuck with a needle. Just because I can do that, guys. I worked in the ER, doesn't mean I want to. Doesn't mean I want to. Allow yourself this week to really think differently. Give yourself permission right now in this moment to think big. April says, I know there are infinite possibilities out there that I don't know about that would blow my mind. Exactly. Thank you for saying that, April. There are infinite possibilities. Suspend what you think you should do while you're doing this homework this week, doing your niche and doing this program. What would be fun to teach? So in other words, what are some of your life experiences? What are some of your educational experience? What are some of your personal successes that you've created a methodology to do? And how can you put this in? Here's another reason. When I was a clinician, I could never talk about anything spiritual, right? I could never talk about anything spiritual because you don't do that. I could never tell people I have a daughter. I could never say I own 2 homes. I love to kayak. I like, because that's not what you do. I want to share that. And when you're your own personal brand, you need to learn to share those things. Okay. Summer says, aloha from the Big Island, Hawaii. I'm glad that you're here now. Let me move, market, sell, deliver. I see all your names. Don't forget to write your names down on your worksheets. Everyone remember, you shut down when you're overwhelmed. You get stuck. You have to stop. Kat says, you're definitely in my head. And Miranda says, I definitely felt, and found. I shared about Carol and her, program, and you all were like, yeah. I had a reality check. Let me read this for you. I had a reality check, and I realized I've been working for insurance companies for 20 years. Only one has given me a raise. One has decreased a raise. Who could continue to work for an employer for 20 years and never get a raise? Okay, look, this is the kind of stuff that breaks my heart, you guys. Because I know that we are all care about people, and yet my job, no matter how harsh this is getting ready to sound, I don't even care. My job is to support you and your family above the world. My job is to say, not quit that job, but give yourself an end date and let's build revenue to get you out of it. I mean, being burnt out, not being respected, 20 years, that's a long ass time, right? A long ass time. Thank you for leaving your websites. Awesome. I like this deal. I struggle with Facebook. Okay. So the idea was use Facebook group to easily house your content. Julia says, this is my big, how do you navigate the therapists that aren't allowed to have testimonials? Okay, boom. I shared how to do that. Got it. And she was like, yay, got it. Okay. We've got websites here. I just went through your testimonials earlier and created a template for my files. Boom. And how good were those testimonials? They were pretty rock and roll, right? Mitzi says, start with one offer. A confused mind does not buy. Maximize your ascension plan. Who loves the ascension plan? How super cool is that? Julia says, I'm having a moment. It's like my one-on-one is my favorite therapy right now. Awesome. That's it. I don't know what I want because I have been thinking instead of doing for 2 years. Yes. Stop overthinking. That is your brain trying to keep you safe. Okay. I think my niche is above where I'm at. I'm better at it with others, and that gives me big imposter syndrome. Ooh, that's juicy. Who said that? Huh? Laura says, I think my niche is above where I'm at. Here's the thing about that, and I'm happy to answer that. Ascension Plan made it seem so much more doable. It is so much more doable. Let me address this for Laura right now. I think my niche is above where I'm at. I'm not sure where you're at or what your niche is, number one. Here's the thing. While it's true that if you can practice what you preach, walk your talk, not talk your walk, walk your life, right? like let me give you an example. One of my clients has a $13.5 million a year business. I don't. But what I'm excellent at and what I'm brilliant at is helping her become a better leader, helping her allow herself, give herself permission to make more money and build a bigger business. I am teaching her how to work with her staff because she's one of these really driven people and she doesn't have like the softest communication skills. $45,000 client. $45,000 client. Is it worth it to her? Oh yeah. How she every single time we get on a call, she's like, "You're 100% right." While that strokes me a little bit and I'm like, "Yay," I'm more excited that she's implemented and learned. So it's not about like I want to encourage you to not think of it as like I'm better at it with others and that gives me big imposter syndrome. So big imposter syndrome, well, that will be a point of our discussion on Sunday. So I'm happy to address it. In fact, I'm going to share a photo of me standing on a stage in front of over 700 women talking about imposter syndrome. Boom. So I have a few things to say. Okay. Woo! I'm going to go get another cup of coffee. I want to support all of you to show up. Thanks for who's still here. Can you just give me like, thanks, Mary, so I can see who's just here to the very end. I appreciate you. Thank you for staying with me. Go do this homework. Show up. I'm getting ready to post the thread, the homework thread, so that you know where to post it. And believe in yourself. I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for sharing with me that these processes are simple, that are clear, and that they're doable for you. I value that. I'll talk to y'all later.